Episode 64, The Gift Show. Today, I give thanks and I announce the official, unofficial, first annual Mike Murphy Unplugged PodcasterToolkit PodShed PodGift Holiday Ideas Guide, and you are listening to episode number 64 of Mike Murphy Unplugged. Learn, create, move forward. I am your host, Mike Murphy. I'm a one-man band, I'm a technology junkie, and I love helping people figure things out, and I am really excited to be here with you today. The goal of Mike Murphy Unplugged, it's to help you learn what you need to know in order to create online content so you can move forward in business and in life. Today's non-paying sponsor is PodcasterToolkit.com, a giant resource website for podcasters and content creators to learn tips, tricks, tools, and discover lots of gear and accessories, all related to podcasting and content creation. It is still being built, but I'm getting there. Good things are coming, so keep your eye out for that. Head on over to PodcasterToolkit.com. In today's Black Friday episode, number 64, I'm going to keep it short and sweet today, with a thank you and some shopping ideas coming from left field for the podcaster or creative on your list. I'm going to breeze through the list today so you don't have to remember them. They will be available at the website at mikemurphy.co/EP64, and I will try to get up a downloadable PDF so you can just have a whole list of stuff that I mentioned today. Okay? First and foremost, a very happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I spent Turkey Day in Franklin, Tennessee, a suburb of Nashville, with all of my family, and I hope that you were able to enjoy the holiday as much as I did. I have a lot to be thankful for, but most importantly, I really just want to thank you today. Those who listen to the show. I know I say thank you every week, and I really mean it every week, but I really appreciate every one of you for taking the time to listen to me. And a special thank you to those who provide me with regular feedback, constructive criticism, words of encouragement, just to let me know that my voice is being heard, and that the content that I'm creating every week is actually helpful. If I know that one person is getting some value from me or the show, whether it be technical knowledge or inspiration to keep creating things, and moving forward in life like I'm doing, then that is all I need to keep going. I'm not looking for big downloads or sponsors. My goal is to become better in all areas of my life and to help anyone that I can in my journey. So, thank you. Okay, so there's the warm and fuzzy side of me. Now it's time to talk about gifts. And please, you must take my shopping advice with a grain of salt, as I am not the best shopper. But I do curate a lot of interesting stuff in my online travels, so I thought maybe something that I mentioned today is going to help you find a gift for that hard-to-buy person. These might come out of left field for some of you, but these are things that would excite me or that I think are pretty cool and that you might find interesting. So I know shopping for the holidays is stressful for a lot of you, so here are a handful of ideas for you if you're stuck, and I will have all of the links, like I said, in the show notes at mikemurphy.co/EP64. So let's start off with what I know best, and that is gear. And don't worry, I'm keeping everything pretty simple today. So if you follow me on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, you've probably already seen some of the stuff that I'm going to mention today in the gear stuff, as I've been trying to feature one product per day on those channels. If you are not following me on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, I sure wish you would. Thanks. Before we get into the goods, it's a no-brainer, but gift cards to Amazon or B&H Photo or Apple are still really great gifts. That would be all I need, but I know that seems a little impersonal for some of you, so here we go. My advice when shopping for creators this year, think small, as in mobile, as in iPhone and Android small. Mobile podcasting, video, live streaming, they're going to dominate in 2017. And for gift givers, that's a good thing because most everything you need is going to be under $100. So here we go. Here's a couple things here. Some of them you heard before, some of them you haven't. Number 1, the Allo Clip Studio. This is a modular iPhone holder that is great for selfie style live streaming. It comes with 4 attachments where I can attach LED lights, microphone, I can screw it onto a stand or a tripod. It has a little hand strap, so if I want to just hold it in the palm of my hand. This is what I use when I bike and I walk and I ride my bike and do Facebook Live and whatnot. This is how I do it. I love it. It's around $80, kind of pricey, but it's a really solid built thing. And Alloclip is the same people who make the lenses for iPhones, which is also a great gift. My favorite iPhone holder by far, you've heard me say this before, is the MeFoto Sidekick 360. This cradles my phone in a heavy-duty aluminum body. It attaches to a stand or tripod. I love this thing. I often have it sitting on my desk with my iPhone in it so I can just glance and see my phone. This is a $30 item. The tripod that I usually use to attach my MeFoto Sidekick 360 is another one of my favorites that you've heard me talk about, and that is the MeFoto Pixie Mini Tripod. For $25, this is really small, lightweight, portable tripod. It goes with me wherever I go, super small. I can put my DSLR camera on it, small lights, microphones, my GoPro, anything that can screw into the top. Great piece of gear for only $25. For any photographer on your list, whether they be a pro or a hobbyist, the MeFoto tripods are awesome. They are really well made and they're tiny. I have and love the MeFoto Day Trip, which is under $100. It folds up really small enough to fit into a backpack, but it can be used with the big boy DSLR cameras. MeFoto tripods, they look kind of gimmicky because they're all colorful, but they are great. And for the photographer that has everything, go check out photojojo.com for all photography related gifts, or a trip to B&H Manhattan would also be nice. To look good on video and live streaming, that means good light. These two tiny but bright LED lights have been on my wish list for a while. I don't own them, but I know they're good. MeFoto makes the LumaMuse, and the more popular it seems to be is the LumaCube. These are tiny little LED lights that are super bright, and they're around $80. Okay, so we have an iPhone holder in case, we have a mini tripod, we have lighting. The last, but definitely not least, is audio. There are a lot of options, but I'm going to keep it simple and go with one of my favorite companies. That is Rode. The Rode SmartLav Plus is a lapel mic that you can use with your iPhone or Android. Absolutely love this microphone. It sounds great, easy. Plug it in and you're ready to go. Rode also makes a really small shotgun mic called the Video Micro, which is about $60. It's tiny. It's used for smartphones. Either one of those will do the trick. Okay? So let's finish off the gear section with the big ticket items. If you really want to go big for someone special, like for me perhaps, these items are all very hot in tech and definitely at the top of my bucket list. We're talking GoPros and drones. Anyone will do for me on the list, and probably anyone on your holiday list will be happy with these next 4 items. The first one is the GoPro Hero 5. This is GoPro's latest camera, just getting good reviews, a lot simpler than the other versions. Then there's 3 drones. GoPro came out with a new drone called the Karma drone, which is tiny, backpack friendly. The DJI Mavic is another really small one designed to go in a backpack. Awesome, and they both take 4K video, which is cool. And then the final is the big one of them all, the DJI Phantom 4 Pro, which is kind of the gold standard right now in drones. All 4 of those products are top notch. So to cap off a very photographer heavy holiday list so far, I'm a big fan of a company called Artifact Uprising for really simple but classy prints or cards or books that really make meaningful gifts, I think. They're just printed photos, but they do it on a really nice repurposed, recycled material. It's not super cheap, but the prints are really high quality, the packaging's nice, the design's nice. They even have Instagram-friendly frames if you want to print some of your favorite Instagrams and give them as gifts. That's Artifact Uprising. Really nice stuff. So let's move on to books. The book that I'm looking forward to most that hasn't come out yet, and the one that I think will make a great gift, is Tim Ferriss' new book, Tool of Titans. This is a giant resource guide of all the secrets to success of some of the biggest thought leaders today, like Elon Musk, Tony Robbins, Richard Branson, all the big successful thought leaders. I think this is going to make a great gift. All of Tim Ferriss' books so far have been really good, and this one looks to be kind of interesting and cool. For the female entrepreneur on your list, check out Brene Brown's books. She really has some inspiring books. I've read a few of them. They really can be good for men or women, but women really tend to go for her. I also enjoyed Anything You Want from Derek Sivers. Derek Sivers is the guy that does that quote that I've done about 1,000 times on the podcast. What's Obvious to You is Amazing to Others. And another popular book right now in the entrepreneur world is Deep Work by Cal Newport. And the Ask Gary Vee book was a very good read with helpful information if you know someone who's just starting out online. On the subject of paper, for those who still know how to write with a pen or pencil, something from Field Notes always makes me smile, and I love Baron Fig notebooks. Both of them make me feel creative and smart hipster that I really am, and I really like to carry them in my bag but forget to write in them. In all seriousness, they're both great products. And don't forget adult coloring books. They seem to be what everybody is talking about online. I have one called Photoshop, so I'm good in that department. Moving on, handmade and unique gifts. So I'm a fan of unique, quirky gifts with a little handmade or craftsman element to it. But here's a little tip. As content creators and podcasters today, we have to do more and more video. So having cool little meaningful knickknacks or props in the background would make great gifts today. And the following shops are great for just about anyone who wants a unique gift where the thought counts. First, don't forget to see the trees through the forest. I'm talking about Etsy.com. It is massive, but it has tons of gift opportunities if you can handle it. I cannot, but Etsy is a good choice for shopping. And not surprising, but Amazon has a giant handmade section, and they also have pretty well done curated lists for him and her and kids, etc. I've never paid attention to it, but it's actually pretty awesome. I've always liked the site uncommongoods.com. You can definitely find unique stuff there. Then there is thegrommet.com. All cool little stuff that you might find on an airplane catalog. Both have unique, full, and thoughtful gifts that I think will also make great props for video. Also keep in mind, clothing and background elements of your podcast or content creator are great gift opportunities. Everydaycarry.com has some cool ideas, mostly for guys who like to carry expensive pens, pocket knives, cool gadgets, and there's another site, carryology.com, which is all about bags and backpacks and whatnot. Gets a lot of play online. So that's everydaycarry.com and carryology.com. I see a lot of those. On to the home stretch. I'm going to wrap up the first annual Mike Murphy Unplugged, PodcasterToolkit, PodShed, PodGift Holiday Ideas Guide. With yet another Tim Ferriss mention. And Tim is the guy that I mentioned from Tool of Titans book, in case you're not familiar with him. Tim has been called the Oprah of the internet, in that anything he recommends goes viral. So Tim Ferriss seems to use the most obscure and coolest kitchen items and tea and coffee and clothing and just stuff that you don't find in your local Walmart or anywhere else, it seems. I'll put some of the links that Tim talks about in the show notes. Stuff like Blue Bottle coffee, which is very hot now. Mizzen in Maine, I think, is a clothing. Outlier clothing, Icebreaker, Roan clothing. These are all very expensive, but really kind of cool clothing if you have a traveler or an urban startup type of person on your list. So I'll end the show with a teaching moment and a final website for you to check out for some shopping inspiration. The site that I'm going to leave you with is kit.com, KIT.com. This is a site dedicated to people sharing shopping links to their favorite products. You may actually want to start here, depending on how many rabbit holes you are interested in going down. In the teaching moment, for those of you just starting your podcast or your online business, Kit is a pretty cool website, as you can use your own affiliate links and they do all of the promoting. So what do I mean by this? Well, kit.com is basically you create mini kits, like I will have a podcast kit, I have a photo kit, I might have a travel kit. And in these kits, I put my favorite things or things that I own. And those links all go to my Amazon account. So I get affiliate credit every time somebody buys something through my kit. Same thing you would do on your website, but Kit does it so you can put anything you want in there. It's a really cool site. It feels like a shopping experience, but you're basically finding out new products from people who you know. So go check out Tim Ferriss's kit, or you can check out mine if you want. But check out Tim Ferriss's. He put some of his favorite things out there. They're not necessarily expensive stuff, kitchen gadgets and stuff like that, but take a look at it. I particularly like this Buddha board that he recommended. I thought it was cool and would make a really great gift for a creator or even a little kid. I definitely have my eye on Tim's slingshot in his survival kit. Okay, so that's going to do it for this gift show. I know it was a little bit different, but hopefully you picked up on a tidbit or something that might help you if you're one of those people who stress out shopping during the holidays. Be sure to head to mikemurphy.co/EP64 for a complete write-up with all the links. And one more time, I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to this podcast. And for that, I thank you. And I mean it. And I also mean it. Head on over to mikemurphy.co/newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already done so. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. But more importantly, enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving Day weekend. I thank you for joining me today. I hope you join my one-man band. Together, we can learn, create, and move forward. Cheers.